Thrivers, Authentically Me, Regina B is back with another video. How are you? I hope you've been well. I hope you've been in good health. It has probably been 3.5 weeks now since my last uploaded video. Today is Friday, April the 25th, and we have some space and some grace and some time to upload a video. I thought, why not just sit down and get things set up? I had a cup of coffee later than what I normally do, and after my run, so I had this antsiness, and I'm like, well, maybe I should go somewhere. Well, where am I gonna go? Well, I don't have any errands that I really need to run. And so then as I'm going through the cycle of what should I be doing right now just to feel a little bit of this time before I have to go to a personal training session with a client, and before the children come home, and before the rest of the evening takes its course. And it was like, hello, upload to your channel, upload to your video. So hello, I am here. We are going through the Somatic Handbook, the Somatic Therapy Handbook by Hampton. Let's jump right into it. We are to the portion where we're talking about techniques for self-exploration and healing. We are picking up with physical grounding. Physical grounding, as the name suggests, refers to a way of learning to reconnect with the present moment and our physical bodies. Techniques that are often used include mindfulness practice, therapy, or whenever someone feels overwhelmed, anxious, or disconnected from reality. If you were standing atop a windy mountaintop and suddenly felt a bit unsteady or disoriented, what would you do? You would instinctively plant your feet firmly on the ground, feel the solid earth beneath you, and take a deep breath to regain your balance. That's an exact example of what physical grounding is. Let's take a look at some of the small ways in which you can practice. Grounding objects. Carry a small object in your pocket like a smooth stone, a chain, a keychain, or a piece of fabric. Whenever you feel disconnected or overwhelmed, hold the object in your hand, feel its texture, and focus on its weight. This tactile experience can anchor your attention and provide a sense of stability. Second, stomp and shake. Stand up and stomp your feet on the ground as if you're trying to shake off any tension or negative energy. You can also gently shake your hands or whole body to release tension and promote a sense of grounding. Physical grounding techniques are highly individual, so feel free to explore different techniques and find what works best for you. You can do this anytime, anywhere, and as often as needed to bring you back to the present moment and provide a sense of stability and calm. A few other techniques that sometimes get overlooked include running cool or warm water all over your hands, standing with your feet bare on the ground, holding on as tightly to your chair as you can, touching various objects around you, clenching and releasing your fists, digging your heels into the floor, eating something that is bursting with an infusion of flavor. Every time I feel the pain of past experiences coming up, I remind myself that pain is just a feeling. It's not who I am or something that gets to entirely define who I am. When we get caught up in all our pain, it's so easy to feel as if it's all there is that exists. But really, it's just one part of our experiences. The other parts are hiding and can be found when we ground ourselves. Okay, thoughts on this? I believe physical grounding does help release anxiety, tension, and it can pull you back into the present moment. The grounding objects technique, I've never done. Maybe I did it once where I had this mandala necklace, and I was getting into that type of use of the mandala, so holding the beads and saying a prayer. But it really wasn't that effective for me. I can remember one time wearing it like to a soccer game, and I just had it wrapped around my wrist. And there was something about having it on. I remember feeling a sense of calm throughout, because that was when I still really struggled with social anxiety. And it helped me kind of stay present and not start to overly think about the surroundings or who was doing what or who was looking or whatever. But I have not done that since. I just found that mandala necklace on my fireplace yesterday. One of the girls must have went into my jewelry and got it out. Hold on one second. I'll get it and show you. Okay, I'm back. So this is the mandala necklace. I love the colors. All of these little different beads are different natural earth stones. And I believe I picked it for the particular stones that were on this. I can't even remember now, but I know tiger's eye is one. I know jade is one. And I can't really remember the others, but there's a particular, I was so into it, but there was a particular purpose that I got the particular stones that I got. But I used it a couple of times and I haven't used it since. I think I wore it as a necklace one time, but that's the only thing that I can think of that would be considered a grounding object that I've ever played around with. But I do think that's a fantastic idea. The only other thing that I can think of that I do, and I just naturally do it, is when I'm in the mood for nails, and if I'm feeling anything, I'll just look down at them. You know, it's just a calming thing, and it just, I look at the shape, I look at the color. So maybe that's considered a grounding object. The stomp and the shake. Yes, sometimes we do that in yoga, like just shake it out. I do that with my clients when we're personal training to help them release tension that they just built up in their muscle. So if I'm having them do a shoulder exercise and they're like, ooh, I felt that. I'm like, ooh, just shake those shoulders out, shake those hands out, or I have them shake those legs out and it relieves tension, and then you're able to get back in it and get back to whatever interval you're on or whatever we're doing next. So I love that it said that. Running cool or warm water all over your hands. Never tried that. Standing bare feet on the ground. I have done that and it does feel good, and I am an earth sign. Holding on as tightly to your chair as you can. Never done that, but interesting. Touching various objects around you. I like that. I do touch my plants and talk to them and look at them and see their growth. Clenching and releasing your fists. Yes, you can also do that with breath of fire. And so how that would look is you have your fist clenched and you're gonna go. And so that's a really good exercise to build that breath of fire. Also a way to kind of feel silly, a way to release tension, a way to not take yourself so seriously. So I really enjoy this, and I loved how she said, every time I feel pain of past experiences coming up, I remind myself that pain is just a feeling. It's impertinent. That means it's not lasting. It's not who I am or something that gets to entirely define who I am. I love that. So definitely interested in some of those, and the ones that I haven't tried, I will try them. Spiritual grounding. Let's see. Spiritual grounding is a practice that helps us establish a solid connection with our inner selves and the world around us. It is an essential aspect of spiritual well-being and can be seen as a way to anchor oneself in a stable and balanced state of mind. Being spiritually grounded is often overlooked, but is a vital aspect of the emotional healing process. This is what allows us to connect with a higher power or a deeper sense of purpose beyond ourselves. It involves nurturing our inner self and finding solace in something greater than our immediate circumstances. This spiritual grounding provides a sense of stability, strength, and clarity that can aid in our emotional healing. When we are emotionally wounded, we often feel lost, confused, and overwhelmed. Our thoughts may spiral and our emotions may fluctuate erratically, yes. In such moments, spiritual grounding can serve as an anchor, helping us to find stability amidst the chaos. By connecting with our spiritual essence, we tap into a wellspring of wisdom, resilience, and inner peace that can guide us toward healing. Spirituality is not limited to religious belief. It encompasses a broader notion of connecting with our inner selves, others, nature, or a higher power. It also allows us to transcend the limitations of our individualistic perspective and opens us up to more expansive understanding of life. The broader perspective is a comforting reminder that our pain is not all-encompassing and that there is greater purpose to our existence. When we are spiritually grounded, we become more attuned to our inner voice, intuition, and higher consciousness. The heightened awareness enables us to identify and process our emotions more effectively. We learn to observe our thoughts and feelings without judgment, allowing them to flow through us rather than becoming entangled in them. This detachment empowers us to make healthier choices and respond to challenging situations with our greater clarity and compassion. I personally love the fact that spiritual grounding encourages us to cultivate gratitude, compassion, forgiveness, and acceptance. These qualities are essential in the emotional healing process because they encourage us to release resentment, anger, and negative emotions that hinder our progress. And choosing to lean more toward gratitude, we shift our focus from what is lacking to what we already have, fostering a positive mindset that supports our emotional well-being. The techniques often vary and can be adapted to suit an individual's preferences and beliefs. Here are some commonly used techniques. Spending time in nature can be a powerful way to nurture our spiritual well-being, whether it's taking a walk in the park, hiking in the mountains, or simply sitting by a body of water. Immersing ourselves in nature can provide a sense of peace and connection. Cultivating gratitude. Practicing gratitude involves consciously acknowledging and appreciating the positive aspects of our life. It shifts our focus from what is lacking to what we already have, fostering a sense of contentment and abundance. She said that over here. But by regularly expressing gratitude for even the smallest blessings, we cultivate a positive mindset that supports emotional and spiritual growth. Here are some ways to do this. Gratitude journaling. I just started doing this about 2 months ago. Over 2 months ago. Maintaining a daily or weekly gratitude journal can be a powerful practice. This could be as simple as jotting down one thing you're grateful for each day. Over time, this practice can help you shift your mindset to focus more on the positive aspects of life. Mindful meditation. Introducing gratitude during meditation can help incorporate into your consciousness. You can do this by focusing your thoughts on something you're grateful for during your meditation practice. Gratitude letters. Writing letters of gratitude to people who have had a positive impact on your life can be incredibly rewarding. Gratitude reminders. Set up visual reminders around your home or workspace. These could be quotes, images, or anything that can prompt you to feel grateful. Gratitude jar. Keep a jar where you note down things for which you're grateful for. When you're feeling low, you can pull out a note to remind yourself of the good in your life. Acts of kindness. Performing small acts of kindness can foster a sense of gratitude in yourself and others. Gratitude during meals. Before you eat, take a moment to appreciate the labor and resources that went into your meal. Gratitude walks. Take a walk specifically to appreciate your surroundings. Notice the beauty in nature, the architecture, the sounds, whatever speaks to you. Gratitude in conversations. Try to incorporate more expressions of gratitude in your daily conversations. This can be as simple as expressing appreciation for a friend's support or acknowledging the effort someone put into their work. Reflect on challenges. It might seem counterintuitive, but reflecting on challenges or difficult times and acknowledging the growth or strength that came from them can also cultivate gratitude. Gratitude should never be about ignoring or glossing over difficulties, but about recognizing and appreciating the good in our lives, even amidst challenges. It's a powerful tool for enhancing our overall happiness and well-being. Okay, nice. I really enjoy this. I am a spiritual person. If you've been along this journey with me, you know that my faith has been the number one thing that has led me on this journey. My relationship with God, my relationship with Jesus, reading my scripture, it has all been this beautiful force behind me that has helped me take one foot in front of the other and step out on faith. And my faith has only grown deeper since I've became more of a nature person, since I've become a runner. I do agree with running outside or walking outside, whichever you choose. I enjoy running. Running outside was a wonderful way that God grew our relationship. He brought me deeper, and I was able to put all of the traumatic things and all of the negative people that were in my life at the time a little bit back further in my mind, in the file cabinet of my mind, by just looking at the trees and looking at the leaves, dancing in the wind, catching a red robin, seeing a blue heron, seeing all the different kind of birds and how they form and how they are this connected group, and they all shift and move in minutes and cycles. If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But seeing different trees, seeing different flowers, just experiencing walking with my children. Me and Ava last summer, we took our Sunday summer walks. Going to get back into that and just appreciating the relationship that I have with my children, with my daughter, and just putting those new images into my mind. Gratitude journaling. So the way that I gratitude, and I learned this from IFRIT trainer Danielle Gray. So gratitude journaling, right? 3 things that you're grateful for. So it can be anything as simple as I'm grateful that I ordered these nails because they look really good. It can be I'm grateful for the birds I heard this morning when I first woke up, letting me know that today is a new day. I have another chance. Thank you, God. You can write, I'm grateful to have faith. I'm grateful just to be able to get up out of the bed. I'm grateful that I dealt with that difficult person and I didn't lose my edge. I didn't lose myself. I practiced all those tools that I've been sharpening and ready for battle. I don't know. But yeah, so that's the first thing. And then the next thing is write down 3 things that will make today great. And it can be something as simple as one day I wrote that my package arrives, and it actually did. And I was like, oh my God, I wrote that in my journal, and it did. That I have greater patience with my children when they get home from school and they are this ball of energy from sitting all day, and I'm a little tired from all the activities throughout my day. So definitely, for sure, mindful meditation. I use that in my yoga classes at the end, when it's like sometimes your brain is braining and you're making all these connections, and a thought that you didn't even want to think, or a memory comes up that you didn't even want to remember. And it's like, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with you. Don't judge it. Just remember that that's the brain's job. It's just firing off, making connections. It could have been a color that you saw. And then if you think of like this bolt of energy, it's the brain like, okay, where do I know this color from? And I know it from here and here and here, here. So then what you do is come back to your breath. Observe it, notice it, thank the brain for being an amazing organ, if it's an organ. Thank the brain for being the brain, because without your brain, there's a lot of things that you would not be able to do. So send some gratitude there, take a deep breath in, allow that thought to float on like a cloud in a windy sky, and come back into your breath, come back into your present moment by maybe going through a body scan, starting at the bottom of your feet all the way to the top of your head. If you guys go look at the past videos, I'm here to tell you growth is possible. Growth is possible. Will there be some bumps? Yes. Will there be some scrapes? Yes. Will there be some pain? Yes. But God uses our pain and turns it into our power. When others try to weaken us, the Lord uses that and He makes us strong. So don't be afraid to step out on that journey, because there are beautiful things that are waiting for you. Whew, the gratitude jar. I had that before, but it ended up becoming a mess because the kids were playing a make-believe game where they were like, let's guess what the next answer is, and they couldn't read, so they was just throwing it around. Acts of kindness, yes, just complimenting someone, finding something to compliment. You never know the light that comes on in someone's eyes when you say something complimentary to them. Oh, I like your nails. Oh, your hair looks so cute. Oh, you look so beautiful today. Definitely. And it helps you feel good. Gratitude during meals. I wouldn't say that I actively mindfully practice this, but there are times, because I don't eat until after my run. So I do intermittent fasting. But for me, if I eat before my run, my digestive system, it just doesn't like it. So I don't eat until after I run. And there have been times when I've been on a run and I'm thinking like, ooh, I have some leftover chicken flautas up there. Lord, thank you for those chicken flautas. Thank you for El Atino. Like my local little shop, they know me in there. They give me extra little portions. They know that if they hear, I just want to order chicken flautas, is that all? Yes. They know it's me. So yeah, I do that. Gratitude walks, yes. Did that with my baby. It was a great experience last summer that we're going to do again. Gratitude and conversations, yes, being very thankful. And yes, reflecting on challenges, just things that you've overcome. Because if you're here watching this video, if you're not watching this video, for anyone out there, you have overcome 100% of your toughest days. Take a breath in, take a breath out. You're here. You survived it. And you're going to thrive. So I put a stopwatch on so I don't go too far or too long. I don't want the videos to be too long, but we're gonna stop it there. It's gonna go into creative activities. So we're gonna put my little piece of paper, wherever it is, right here. And we're gonna put it right here so we know we're starting there. Page 55, that has been the Somatic Therapy Handbook. And a lot of gems in here, a lot of great information. And again, the reason that I'm so pro these type of activities and doing this type of journey is because I know what it's done for me in my life. I know where I once was, and I know where I am now. And I know that I'm still developing, I'm still uploading, I'm still processing, I'm still becoming a better version of myself. But when I think back to when I first started this channel to where I am now, I am much stronger, I am much more confident, I am braver, and none of these things, first of all, would have been possible without the help of the Lord. It was the help of the Lord that made all these things possible. Also, me taking that step, taking that leap of faith and trusting myself. Those times that I had the urges to return back to my old self. Those times that I guilt tripped myself and made myself think, well, should I reach out or should I chase this down? And the Lord always answering me, don't hold unforgiveness in your heart. Don't hold a grudge, but do not go chasing. And if that is for someone that is watching this channel, that is what the Lord said when I was like, I want to remain no contact. And even recently when I was praying to the Lord about a situation with a friend, I'm like, this is making me feel this. And I may not have handled it I handled it the way that it was supposed to. So I'm not even going to doubt myself. But I trusted myself enough to know what I was feeling here, what I was feeling here, and what I was thinking and praying in here were all in alignment. And God gave me that confirmation of, yeah, this is something you need to back away from. Don't hold no grudge. You're still gonna be yourself. I'm still me. I'm a cool, kind, loving person. So I'm not gonna hold anything. If I see you in the streets, whoever it may be, mother, father, sister, old friend, I'm going to say hello because I truly have no ill will towards anyone. And that also is a gift from the Lord. It's because I'm a child of God. I know who I am and I know whose I am. And because of that convicting spirit, I know how I'm supposed to behave. But I don't know how I got off on that. But I'm here to tell you, if you take that step of faith, the Lord will put his weight, his might behind you, and he will help you every step of the way. If he did it for me, and I'm telling you he did it for me, and if you go back and look at those past videos, you will see the same person, but such a different person. Such a different person. Like I started out with braids, my locks are locking, they're growing. That's an update. I gauged my ears. Years ago, I wanted to gauge my ears, but I was so worried about what people think about having gauges and all the, why you want to do that? that I stopped. So I was in the process of upping my gauges, and then I stopped when it started to get maybe a little big. Fast forward all these years, I realized nowadays you can taper, you can gauge your own ears. And I was surprised to know that my ear holes were still a little big, and so I jumped right into it. And I just upped my size yesterday, so that's why they're big, and that's why they're kind of out a little more, to size 0. I don't know how far I'm gonna go. I kind of look at the double zeros and the 2 millimeter, and I'm like, I kind of dig it, but I don't know if I want to go too far. So I'm definitely gonna stay at 0 for a little bit of time, especially until I can get this all the way like in there. Right now it's just tapering slowly up into the 0. But ear gauges, and I look in the mirror now and I'm like, I look like how I'm supposed to. I look, with the locks, I used to be permed up, roller set up. I might put a picture of myself at the end of this so you'll see, like, I look like, little church girl Gina, and now I look like a child of God, who I am. And I love it. And so, again, please use this as support. Use this as encouragement, maybe inspiration, and not even me being inspirational, but I hope that the Lord has had me say something inspirational for whoever gets this far on this video that will help them either continue your journey or start your journey or consider who you have in your life, what they bring to your life, and if there is a time that some things need to change and shift in your life. So thank you so much for rocking with the channel. Thank you for your support. You have been a part of my growth as well. I don't know if I would continue to keep doing these handbooks if it wasn't for just the excitement of sharing with you guys. So thank you so much for spending your time. You could have spent it doing anything else, but you spent it with me, and I'm so grateful. Make sure you find an opportunity to get out there and get after whatever your get after is, if you are able to get after it. I love you. God loves you so much more.